Alright, hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda back here once again on the Outlast Trials. And in this video, we are going to be covering the Geister 2025 event, part 1 here. As usual, we're going to be playing on Psychosurgery, going for those A+ grades, and yeah, should be pretty fun. Now, Geister is unchanged from last year. It, of course, came out alongside the Invasion patch, and it's just the Halloween event. And again, it is the same as it was last year, although last year it did get the addition of the new jump scares and the organ samples. We do have actually, is this the first time they've done a exact repeat of an event in terms of variators? It might be, because in Winter Kills also got the frost mines added. Not that that really matters. I mean, there's not a whole lot different they could make with Geister. So Geister and Winter Kills are kind of the two like recurring events. I wonder if they'll add anything to Winter Kills this year. I guess we'll have to see. But anyways, the trial list we have for Geister is Kill the Snitch, Cleanse the Orphans, Liquidate the Union. So some solid full trials there. Beguile the Children and Investigate the Minotaur, the two new MK challenges that came in with the patch. Escape the Courthouse, Cancel the Autopsy, Feed the Children, and Punish the Miscreants. So some easier MKs after the two new ones. Beguile the Children I'm interested in for sure. Investigate the Minotaur is a little bit less interesting to me, but is probably going to be still difficult. Although the mall is very dark, the Night Hunter is in the middle at the very least. And to be honest, it'll probably not be that hard. I feel like the hardest part will probably be avoiding traps. I don't know. And maybe the ending. I don't know how the ending plays out too much, because the department store is lit up, which might have some impact. But regardless, we'll talk about that more when we get there. First up is Kill the Snitch here. And as far as tasks for Geister are concerned, there are a decent amount of them. I've completed a few because they're not only exclusive to the event. So I've got 3 booster items and use my rig. So I need to do quite a lot of headshotting with bricks and bottles. There's 40 is a high number for those. And then throwing 50 projectiles on their own is on there as well. Disarming some door traps, and then these are the ones that are exclusive to playing Geister. We have to travel 400 meters while running in a single trial, extract 20 organs, and then complete 6 trials, and then complete the secondary objective 3 times. And of course, that will come with us getting the poster for the event, and then we'll unlock part 2 as well. Although we only need, how many of them are there here? There's 1, 2, there's 10 here, so there's 2 that we can not do and still get through to part 2. As far as the event catalog is concerned, I only have 1 more item to purchase, being the final outfit, and I only need another 75 for that, so we don't really need to worry about the event tokens as far as the task completions are concerned. It'd just be nice to get the poster reward and all that for doing it. So yeah, gonna jump into the first trial, which will be Kill the Snitch, and I'm rocking blind, no rejection, smash, incognito. Pretty standard setup. I like running blind on Kill the Snitch. And yeah, I just want to get this one out of the way as our first trial. So I'll see you guys when we get there. I realize now that I kind of made the assumption that people know the variators, and I didn't talk about them, which I usually do at the start of these coverage videos. So I will go through that now as we're on our way to Kill the Snitch here. The main and most impactful variator is going to be Enraged Enemies, and this, I believe, was introduced with the first Geister, so that's why it's part of it. And kind of, you know, the orange eyes is kind of Halloween themed and whatnot. So yeah, basically, if you make the slightest noise, enemies are going to be onto you. It's a high difficulty variator for sure, and makes Geister a fairly challenging event as a result. Although on its own and not combined with other things like, you know, that restrict you or threaten you, like Cold Snap or things like that, you don't really have to struggle too much. But that's on there. Enraged Enemies, so very dangerous variator. Then we have more imposters, and normally this you would think maybe wouldn't do anything since I'm in solo, but this does have imposters coming in solo games, so that is impactful. And I have heard, you know, through my Discord and on my stream, that imposters can now pull you out of hiding spots, the AI imposters, which is pretty significant, because previously a thing you could easily do is just hide in a hiding spot, and then they would just leave the trial immediately. They would just go away. But that's no longer possible, I guess. They'll now come pull you out. And I wonder if they work like Jaeger, like they just know where you're at and will come pull you out no matter what, or how that applies. But that's interesting, and it's cool to have imposters in solo games. Hallucinations is a pretty low impact variator. It basically just gives you the jump scare effects of psychosis, even when you're not in psychosis. So like when you open a door, you might get a Skinnerman jump scare, jump in a hiding spot, etc. And then we have extract organ samples, which replaces the posters with the organ samples on the wall, and they're pretty similar as far as their locations, but they take some time to extract, basically, which makes them a little bit more difficult to collect than posters. Then we just have increased tattoo and psychosurgery on the end there to increase the difficulty. And yeah, that'll be the various we're up against for all the events. And also, I just wanted to say here up front, I do have invasion disabled. I considered putting it on, but I'm not really that big of a fan of the one, solo reagent experience in invasion. I don't know. I enjoy playing it with, bigger groups, or even, just playing. I've played on stream with COTS a few times. That's been enjoyable. But as far as playing in solo, and especially when I'm doing the event, going for my A+, doing my normal videos, I probably won't have invasion enabled. But I'll consider it in the future potentially if people really want to see that for certain events. But for now, I'm starting with it off. Let's jump in to kill the snitch here on the police station. Also, if you don't know, it was with this update, I believe. They actually changed Kill the Snitch on introductory. They quote-unquote streamlined it, is what they said. Although I've heard some people said they found it more difficult on the streamlined version. But basically, it definitely does cut down on a lot of places that you could maybe get confused or lost. Where's this? It's a bad placement of that screamer. Definitely cuts down on some of the places you could get confused or lost. I did run through it on the patch day stream if you want to see me do that, but basically it cuts the basement in half, which is significant, and then also basically every gate that the snitch, that you push the snitch through, you can't get past the area that gate encompasses without opening the gate, so you have to find each key one at a time. So it's an interesting change. I mean, it certainly will prevent people from getting confused and lost when they get the entire police station opened up to them at once after leaving the basement, but it can also make it more difficult because it's harder to get away from enemies since you're confined. But I mean, it's on introductory, so I'm not even sure how many enemies there are in the trial at that point. Alright, let's get this quick run through here on. Always love coming back to Kill the Snitch. I really do pray and hope that at some point they are able to add it back to escalation. Even if the bug isn't fixed that people occasionally encounter, I would still prefer it to be added back, given the fact that you can just quit out with saves and it will be fine. Although maybe they plan to change the way saves work at some point. Who knows? But we're going to jump into the garage here and get started on the generator section. Haven't seen any organ samples, but also haven't been looking closely. Okay, he's pounding the ground. That actually counts as a move for the berserker. That's something that's kind of nice to know how the berserker works. Is he has what you might call movement opportunities, where he might do one of his random swings in a random direction, and every certain amount of time he has one of those opportunities to do that. So you will hear some of these generators probably going to be on the opposite side of this area. Sorry, I'm just listening up here briefly. But yeah, every couple of seconds he has an opportunity to do something, but there's a chance that he won't move and will do some sort of idle animation instead, and that is at least what one of the idle animations look like. I don't know if he's got more than one, but... Okay, where's this generator? Is it out in the garage? I guess it might be out in the garage, which isn't good. Yeah, you see I made one footstep there, and Coil heard me, and is going to come there. Interestingly, this door right here in the introductory version I was talking about earlier is actually not a co-op door. It's a normal door that you can go through, and then this whole section you can't even access. That whole section is... Oh my god! Alright. Actually give me a jump scare a little bit with that guy. Holy smokes. I forgot about the imposters already, but I was quick on the draw with my bottle, thankfully, and yeah, we do have a pretty bad generator placement here. Get the fuel light done. I'm pretty sure we you still get pitcher and pusher with more imposters, but I'm honestly not 100% certain of that. I'm gonna disarm this. I can hear the Skinner Man behind us with those noises. Although I guess he came too close and disintegrated. Yeah, that imposter almost got me with a shank in there. Gotta be careful. I also wonder... do AI imposters come out in Invasion max difficulty if you have more imposters on? I assume not. That would be pretty fried. Let's see. Oh, okay. Give Paul a chance to search some trunks and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Exactly. Okay, I think we should be good to get this thing opened and get out of here. Thankfully, we didn't have to use blind, which is pretty lucky given our placement of the generator. The blind guy was in a favorable position there, which prevented us from needing to use it. And we can grab our organ sample here. Also, you might have noticed someone was hearing me there, which I guess it could be that guy on the floor. There was a change to... No, yeah, this is who it is. Yeah, so they changed it in the patch for Geister that pouncers being around will now hear you. Like, so you know how if you have the sound indicator on, which is by my crosshair, if it's red, that means someone's hearing you. And now it will turn red when you're near to a pouncer, even if, you know, that's the only thing that hears you. And, I mean, they technically can't hear you. They don't react to hearing you in any case. So that's interesting. It's maybe confusing for people who, especially if you're not aware of it being changed, it's going to be confusing. But I kind of like it because it also gives you sort of more info, especially if you're experienced with the game. And you kind of know, like, there's not really an enemy around me right now, so I don't know who's hearing me. Oh, damn, we got Jaeger. That sucks. Yeah, I don't feel confident in going and getting that key with her coming after me. Also, they changed which side that TV is on. I think it used to be on the right side. But, yeah, like, basically, if you're experienced with the game, you know, like, there's not really an enemy around me right now, so the only thing that can be hearing me is a pouncer. You can be more aware of nearby hiding spots and be able to avoid getting pounced, which is something I've complained about in the past. Basically, the fact that you have the possibility, especially if you're, you know, going a bit quickly through the trial, there's the possibility that you don't even get a sound cue from the pouncer before you run past them, meaning that you basically get pounced with, you know, aside from slowing down and you know, playing more cautiously, you had no way of not getting pounced, essentially. You had no way of knowing they were there. This gives you another avenue, and obviously you're going to be making noise if you are rushing and going to miss the sound cue, so it kind of works well in that way to... I'm just gonna... It works well in that way to give you a, you know, either you're going slowly and you'll hear them make a noise, or you're going quickly and you'll see the sound cue as long as you have that. Again, obviously you have to have that toggled on in the settings, which I know some people might not want for the, you know, immersive reasons, which is fair enough. But it's nice, at least, I guess. To cut my yapping short on that subject, it is a nice change that I think is good. We got our second organ sample there. We just need one more of those. Honestly, organ samples can be easier to find than posters at the end of the day because they do make a rather loud fly buzzing noise that you can obviously hear. The downside then being that they are slow to collect. I'm gonna do this, maybe. use that. Oh no. Never mind, Henrietta's here. I can't risk grabbing the organ sample. We can keep looking for keys though. That's moon. I didn't get a chance to really check any of the labs or anything, so I think we're in key 2 territory here. Oh, that sucks. Okay, bit risky. Oh, okay, she's heading out. Yeah, I knew that. I had that timed out in my head that she would be leaving right at that moment. But no, I think it would have been fine regardless, but good to know that she's out of the way for the trial, of course. Oh, hey. We are getting chased by the X-Pac as well. I love how they like just point at shit and all that. The imposter improvements they've made for the AI imposters are fantastic. That's our key, that's fire. Has there always been a screamer out here? I don't remember there being a screamer outside. Oh no, maybe. Well, there's one like that's sometimes inside the big area there. I don't know. Maybe that's the same one. Regardless, we can grab our key. And we still need to find Spade, but it's probably in the lab or something. And this guy is just in the most annoying spot. There we go. Because this glass patch, I mean, with the stairs being there, I don't think you can really reliably sprint jump over that. So I decided I need to take the vault option. Alright. I did obviously see the secret room in interrogation. Not necessarily the ideal location. Can I hide behind this box? Another thing that you might not know about Enraged. Who is this? Okay, that's the pusher. So we do get pusher, as I expected. You might not know about Enraged enemies. It also, I believe, increases the enemy's FOV, so they can see you more easily, just in general, like from the side view of them or something. And I just realized with the trial selection, escape the courthouse. I think I heard that. I was just too loud. I was talking too loudly to myself. But escape the courthouse is going to be rather annoying because enraged witnesses is a bit of an infamous challenge in the community. They are very quick to sprint away, and you know, they'll very easily notice you and run for the nearest doorway or you know, insertion gate to get away. So it is it's probably going to be a bit more difficult than usual completing that. Can't really seem to find the keys as easily as I usually would expect. This one must be somewhere in the... What the fuck? Oh my god. That timing is crazy. Who's this? Is this a place? Oh, I don't like that happening to me. There it is. Okay, we've located our key at least. Not the fastest run of the trial, but again, I mean, Enraged is definitely one of the most difficult variators. Like, as a singular variator, Enraged is one of the most difficult in the game. I think it's pretty easy to say. Who's this? Seems like an imposter, right? Yeah. I mean, I have 2 charges on a brick, so I find it not really worth it to go for the hit juke. Although you can fairly easily juke the imposter's hit, and oh, that sucks ass. unfortunately I triggered a sound trap there just barely, and that's obviously going to be a demerit. That and that. Oh shit, okay. I thought he might come into the secret room. That was not the room I thought it was. And here's Spade, which is where I was expecting it to be, in either this room or the laboratory room. So yeah, we just gotta go grab that crown key. Although I would like to get some pushing done here. We can of course use the classic bait. I think it should still work fine on enraged if needed. Yeah. Well, I guess we don't need to. He decided to take his time actually chasing me. Oh, that actually got me. That actually got me a little bit. I forgot that was even on. Was that my first one? I don't know. Why is this guy coming in here? Oh, it's an imposter! Shit, I thought that was the giant. Oh, already there was another one? Okay. I wish I hadn't picked this up. I would rather have just kept my thing and kept running. But we can use this desk, obviously. Kind of reminds me of, if you missed it, I did a stream on Wednesday. So that was, you know, the week of Halloween, whatever day Wednesday was. I did a stream of myself playing through Outlast 1, Whistleblower, and Outlast 2. So if that's something you think you'd be interested in watching, be sure to check out the VOD. First time I've ever streamed anything other than the Outlast Trials here, so it was an interesting experience. Maybe it's still Outlast, so hardly very different, but still. Anyways, we are here now at the finale. Place our blind. Yeah, unfortunately, we did get obviously stabbed by that imposter, which somewhat ruins our our no damage. At least we were not quite at a flawless. Had to reset my thing there. Now that's very not good. We're probably not gonna be able to do this, but we can rely on the rearm to be able to do it. Oh, fuck you. Is he gonna leave anyway? What was that behavior? We'll be getting the rearm notification here soon. There it is. What? Coil? Oh, he's 360ing on me! That was odd. Usually you are not able to just completely dry do the snitch like that. Like, pull that lever. Okay. I hate myself. I am acting crazy though, that's true. Shout out to Stamina Booster for making this possible. Alright, so we took a bit of a risky approach to the ending here, but try and get the headshot, work on that task, but we got there in the end. Yeah, that was odd that, I mean, I could have easily just used the rearmed mine if I needed to, but we just did not. A plus, 18 minutes, 39 seconds, kills Snitch, Geister, Psycho, Surgery here. We got the new podium pose there where you stab your imposter or whatever. It's a pretty cool one. I like that. We did have the 1 damage demerit from that, from said imposter. And a sound trap that I think got knocked off the edge of my performance evaluation here, but and not the fastest time ever, but again, these it's going to be a bit more difficult getting quick times with enraged enemies being on your ass at all times, but we'll take that. And next up we have Cleanse the Orphans, I believe, so I'll see you guys there. One thing I wanted to just chat about briefly before we jump in here is with my loadout. I'm going with stun for this one, resurrection, smash, incognito, kind of my standard setup, but personally at least I feel a little bit less bad about going with the meta here these days, because in Invasion I find the meta is a bit different, especially for the amps, but also like I tend to rather bring like something like X-Ray. Also the jammer is very strong in Invasion. X-Ray, the jammer, very good. Like stun, they nerfed it, and then I think they rebuffed it a little bit against imposters. They did quite a few hot fixes, so it was hard for me to totally keep up with all the changes since I wasn't actively playing the mode every day. But still, I like using X-Ray quite a bit, especially in solo, because then you know for a fact that if you see a skeleton of a reagent, it's an imposter. It's a little bit less effective in groups because it's your teammates look the same on the X-Ray, but and then jammer, I mean, can be used quite a bit and very effectively to damage the imposters and potentially kill them with the vomit mechanic, and also obviously help you traverse the trial, get rig rechargers, things like that. So it's a little bit interesting how the meta is different. And also for amps, like noise reduction, it says it reduces the noise disturbances. Like noise, I think noise reduction pretty much useless in Invasion. Like I was playing with backpack quite a bit, but you can also use something like short circuit, get your rig back more quickly, and lockbreaker, both similar, but I think backpack is very nice to have more inventory. Noise reduction, not really that great. For skill amps, I've heard that hide and heal is actually not that bad, because you can jump in there after you get stabbed by an imposter and basically get back to full health, I think, from a slash. So that's interesting. What else is decent? Maybe quick escape. I think you kind of have built-in quick escape in Invasion, which is weird. Smash, though, obviously still always going to be very good. Evasive doesn't work. But I know some other things have been used there. And then for medicine, most people are running boosted, which is obviously probably ideal. Also, jammer has the self-revive with pacemaker, and you can revive your teammates, so jammer is extraordinarily strong. But yeah, like mostly the tool category, like with noise reduction not really being that great, it's kind of interesting. And then the rigs as well are fairly varied. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to mention a little bit. But I definitely don't have the experience with the mode that some do, that, you know, maybe have better ideas of how things should be changed or what metas are. I've pretty much played the majority of my games on day of release with COTS, and then after that I played with him again a different day, you know, on his stream with 4 people or something, but other than that I haven't really played a ton of it. I think the mode is good. I think they did a good job with it. It's just not something I'm super interested in, especially because I wouldn't really want to play the solo mode as much. And I'm just not that huge into PvP games in general these days. Just because of, like, there's always people that, and I mean, I'm kind of this person for Outlast Trials, so it makes a little bit less sense to be a complaint of mine. But there's just people who just literally all they do is play that one game, and then they're just insane at the game. And it's like, I don't know. And there's always such negativity surrounding PvP games for the most part, that it's just not something I'm super interested in being totally involved with. We have left side boys here. Oh, we actually have early secret room. That's wild. Okay. Okay, I think Gooseberry's in here. Probably given. Yes, she is. Did she see me? I don't think so. I'm scared because that would have obviously upset her, was a screamer. Maybe she left? Yep, she sounds a little far away. We can maybe do this quick. What was I saying? I don't know, probably wasn't important. The remainder of what I had to say about... Yeah, that's pretty much the size of it. I wouldn't expect a ton of, like, Invasion videos from me. shots, man. It's kind of given me more of a motivation to make my movement tech guide video or tip video or whatever you want to call it, because people would like, I'm stuck, I can't move. Okay, love that. People would probably like to know those things even more so now that they would be applicable in Invasion. Also, they nerfed the cooldown on stun, I think, a bit, but I mean, you're always using rig rechargers anyway in you know, psychosurgery here, so it doesn't make a huge difference, I don't think. Just drop this. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make that before I put out the video for Geister Part 2, make a guide on movement tech, and I might make an updated loadout guide for beginners because mine is pretty old. It's before the release of. Oh yeah, don't forget to smash the like button. I forgot to say that and kill the snitch. I was too busy yapping. But yeah, it's the one I made is pretty outdated at this point. It was like before the release of certain amps even, and like I think before Barricade came out, even if I remember right. So that thing is a bit old and not as useful. But now with the release of Invasion, we have Classroom 3 and 4, which is not all bad. With the release of Invasion, there's even more considerations to make when you're choosing your loadout, and additionally, there's of course the addition. Additionally there's the addition. What a sentence! But there's the addition of relapse, which is also worth considering when you're talking about loadout, of course, because depending on how many relapse you have, obviously that's going to affect things. I have a video from before Season 3 actually released, talking about what to buy with your relapse tokens, and I think that video still holds up fairly well regardless, because it talks about how you should buy amps first, and that is still easily the best idea to how to make use of your relapse tokens, because amps are the only thing in the game with a strict level requirement, and so you're able to get them earlier than you would otherwise be able to as if you use your relapse tokens on them. So yeah, there's nothing else that really comes close in terms of being what you want to spend them on. Okay. This fucker. Okay. Bix Zuda giving item antidote. Nice try, pal. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, I do wonder though, maybe you guys can let me know in the comments, because I don't really want to test it in my... Oh, this is... Yeah, that was stupid of me. Although this is stupid that that's happening. Yeah, that was my bad. Oh, shit. Okay. How do we get Jaeger twice in a row so early on in Trials? I'm just gonna go grab a heal from the secret room just to bring her away a bit. So I'll grab this. It's just as good. Yeah, what was I saying? I don't really remember. Oh yeah, updated loadout guide potentially in the cards. With Invasion and Relapse in mind. Because... Wait, what? Wasn't there a pouncer in there originally? Like, and they pounced me, and I had written off that there would be a pouncer in there again, I guess. My bad. Same place. Well, so far not so good on this trial. We are 2 damage in. I may need to be resetting it, I mean, imagine, on Cleanse the Orphans, but again, it's those enraged enemies. I did not anticipate the angle that my jump would be taking over that desk. Alright, this guy needs to just stop. In that dark room, I mean, I was just impatient. I could have been more stealthy and waited for the guy to give up. Let me go ahead and open this up for a recharger. Boy, scare man. Henrietta coming around the front here? Wow, what an annoying place for an imposter to be, or pouncer. Let's get this done. Yeah, maybe I should be running, or I think evasive, does evasive actually stop imposters from damaging you? I think it maybe doesn't. I'm talking about AI imposters, of course. I think maybe they still get like one of their stabs off and then it knocks them away. So I'm not sure if it's worth running evasive. I mean, on this trial I think evasive would have been worth it. And that's not just because I got pounced so much already. There's not that many doors to smash, although there are the co-op doors that are involved. Is Henrietta gone already? Oh, I think she leaves when you do the objective, actually, in this one. Yeah, she leaves quite a bit in this trial, so that's probably what happened. What was I saying? Yeah, there's not a whole lot of doors to smash on this trial, so evasive could have been a better choice with that in mind. But again, I don't think that the imposters get completely denied by it. But either way, we're here in the chapel. Hopefully we can flawless up the rest of the trial and still get the A+. We don't have any organ samples yet, so I need to get those as well. Been a bit chaotic running all over the place so far here. Alright, let's get this and this, and usually I go down into the basement first of all here. Okay. Not dealing with that. Well, this sucks. Okay, okay, he's already onto my location, I guess. Yeah, this is what Enrage will do to these normal enemies. Wow, that's odd. Someone coming out down there. Okay, that's Pitcher, obviously. Can disarm this. I think there was a disarm thing, right? Oh, okay. Instantly. That's how it is, though. Does he know? He knows. Jesus. I actually got a swing off on me there. That's crazy. Okay, there's a pouncer there. I thought there would be a pouncer somewhere since we were being heard at that random spot. It's going to take some time to get used to considering that potential, but it is, I think, a nice change to allow for that to be something you can figure out. I have a bit of an itch on my nose there. That's incredibly grief of you. I think we just heard the pitcher leave, maybe? Or did we hear an imposter come out? I heard this door open, I think. Regardless, I'm gonna try going down and getting this dang generator done. It's a pretty bad spot for it, in the middle of the damn room. And we instantly get spotted again, but I at least was able to finish the fueling process. Need the star key from down here. That's not it. Jump through this little handy window. Bouncers everywhere, man. Jesus. Fire right there. Oh. That's the key we need. There we go. Key acquired. Now we just need to... I think we actually just need to flip the switches on that. And then pull the cord. So... and we still need 3 organ samples. God damn. I've heard like buzzing around me at times, but haven't had a chance to stop and grab one. I'm gonna go look for some right now. Gotta be one like in this room or something. No? Damn. Harsh. There are quite a few poster spawns that like wouldn't be able to have an organ sample. I'd assume there's maybe one outside somewhere, no? I hear it. There. Okay, cool. That'll kick us off. Thankfully we only need 3 and not the 5 of group trials. See if we can... are enemies still around, like, in this area? Let's see who that is as well. Pitcher again. I'm not sure if they are, so we'll find out, I guess. Seems they are. Although I'm afraid to go straight back out into the lobby now because of that pitcher. Alright, that's number 2. We can probably go upstairs to the dorms. Find the last one. Surely there's one in one of these long hallways, right? Oh, maybe in the bathroom here? Yeah. Just barely heard that. But there we go. Bit of a side quest to collect all those there, and we've completed the secondary objective 5 times. Oh crap. Alright. That was fortunate. The pitcher still in the lobby there though, which I was not expecting. Since that's where he spawned in, I figured he would have long since roamed away. But yeah, okay, so now all we need to do is start this thing up. Although we still need to flip the switches. Stun is, well, still 1.5 minutes away. He's going left of me here. Alright. Bro. Did he see me or did he hear the noise? Yeah, this is definitely annoying, but I mean, we just have to wait him out. And maybe wait for the stun to come back. Yeah, it's similar to how annoying the basement can be, like, without items or rigs. It's just the Night Hunter just being a huge pain in the ass. I mean, we got bad luck with the location of our generator, as I mentioned. But I'm a little bit afraid of another imposter showing up. Man. He won't leave the generator. Because like when I go up here, he pretty quickly just stops chasing me, right? Oh shit. Okay, okay. Fuck this game! Are you kidding me? I hit the imposter in the chest with a bottle. Maybe not the chest, but I certainly hit them with that bottle. And they said, "Thank you, sir. May I please have another?" and stabbed me in the chest. What a joke. I mean, that's potentially going to cost me my A+. That is so stupid. Why would that? Why did it not have any reaction? I better still get this A+. I'll be pretty furious. I mean, 3 damage is likely too much, I would assume, but I don't know, maybe we've had enough mitigating factors. Only 3 organ samples. Of course, using the back way here to avoid gooseberry. We can pop this adrenaline to get us there more quickly. We don't have stun for this ending, which is not ideal. Alright, smash the like button. If they do the cross push attack, you can't really reliably, or I mean, you can try and get past them, but it's a little bit risky since they recover so quick from that attack. All right, let's see if the bullshit imposter is gonna knock us down. Okay, thankfully we got A+. 19 minutes 30 seconds. Cleanse the orphans, Geister, psycho surgery. Again, fairly slow completion from my usual, but yeah, damaged 3 times. What was the other times? I mean, once was me being stupid and jumping over a thing, and then I can't even remember the other time, to be frank with you. But it doesn't really matter that much. The imposter one was complete BS, I would say. So, yeah, we've got that done. Next up, we have Liquidate, so that should be pretty difficult. No. Oh. Usually that button instantly kicks me out. Let me see if I still got my grade. Trial is completed. Okay. Well. Alright, well, I'll see you at Liquidate and let you know the results here. Okay, we're here at Liquidate the Union, and I really hope that failure, that server failure, whatever it said, I'm not sure if it was the same as usual, but I hope that is not indicative that there are still problems like I experienced during Be Quiet. Let's hopefully not ever have anything even close to what happened there. Also, I'm noticing, like, once again, it's been a while since we've had limited items on an event at this point, I think. Where's this guy at? It's annoying. And it does the worst possible thing, and now we're probably going to get chased by this X-Pop. Or we're at least going to need to be more stealthy than is my standard for this section, I would say. He's going to turn around. Oh my god. Who's that? Hello? Somehow it all worked out, but that was the most sus beginning that you'll tend to see. Oh. Well, we just wait another 4 seconds here and we can just grab this organ sample for free. That's kind of nice. So someone else just came out of an insertion gate. Not sure who it was, but don't forget to smash like down below the video. Of course, you don't want to forget. No throwables just yet, but we got a lockpick. Of course, we've got the beautiful speech coming up here.
Who pulled the fucking plug? That speech was fucking beautiful! The fuck is wrong with you? Huh? You scab motherfuckers. You trying to break the fucking line?
Alright. Let's get into this. Yeah, I could see this being quite difficult. Especially, of course, since the God fence no longer exists. I recently added a little comment to my full trial tips video, indicating which of them is no longer in, because quite a few of the tips have been patched since that video, including the God fence here on Liquidate, the enemies in the mansion disappearing here on Liquidate, kill the Snitch trapping the enemy in that one area that they added an insertion gate to, and then of course C-box skip in Earth the Futterman. So yeah, unfortunately quite a lot of stuff in that video has gone out of date, but I did mention that potential. Of course that timing is just peachy, and it's Jaeger as well. Like, what? If you don't know, Jaeger only has a 75% chance to even spawn at all on Psychosurgery, and even then, she has to be selected to spawn. And I mean, it's kind of good in this case that she spawned when she did instead of later, but well, we pulled that off because we can do this, and now she's screwed and just has to leave. But still, like, what are the odds here? I mean, 75% is rather, you know, a fairly high chance, but still, I don't know. Okay, so that means this one is the bunny that we're looking for. And we can move on here. So far, the item supply has been subpar. Ah, nice. A brick is all I'm really asking for with that statement, to be frank with you, but we can also grab a rig recharger here with our lockpick. And then, okay, that guy's going that way, so we'll go this way. And yeah, the mansion part up here can be quite annoying, so let's hope we don't get too bad of RNG. Okay, no tripwires. Did we get any secret room? Nope. We have the laundry, the lounge, and the washroom. Okay. So let's jump in, jump out, and make a run for it. I go down to the washroom immediately, and then to the laundry. Whoa. Devious cans. Hello? There. Last number is 0, ... 0. Laundry. What the fuck is that? Oh, okay, it's easily visible over here. I thought it was behind the box completely. ... 50.
Come to me.
.50. I'm just grateful to have a job. 50. Lounge 750 plus whatever's in the bedroom. Three. There we go. Okay, I'll do a bait here. Let's just try and push this thing.
Franco!
Okay, this looks like it should be enough.
Fucking... That was me. There's a fucking...
Okay. Woo! That grunt got onto us, but we got the guy pushed to his checkpoint here in the neighborhood, which is nice. Fully out of the mansion. And we've got Club, Bunny, and Heart on the docket here. Let's see who this is coming out. Picture. Ah, there's Bunny. Okay, so we know that that's there. Club first, though, so let's check downstairs.
Closer! Come a little closer!
Okay, that's his idle animation that I mentioned in Kill the Snitch. An itch. What do we have? Spade. Okay, that's not what we need. Club. Okay. We can go back upstairs here to get back to Bunny. She's in this lit up room, which isn't ideal, but... Actually, was there boards to bash, I think? Oh no, oh, there were, but someone did it for me. How generous. There we go, we can grab a second organ sample as well. And then the heart will be in one of the two... Oh my... Bro, just the timing of that with me putting on the night vision just fucking sent me. Holy shit. But I was also like, in the back of my mind, I was worrying that like Franco was going to see me in the light there. And that kind of contributed, I think, to the jump. That was good. Hey, the hallucination's more impactful than you might think sometimes, huh? Give you a little spook. We do have secret room here. I don't necessarily care that much about it right now. Of course, it's on the back. Oh, can we just get a glimpse? This guy's, well... Oh, shit. I guess I bamboozled him by being in the door closing animation there. He just ran away because I fucked up my door snap. Okay, that is Heart. I was hoping we could see it from that vantage point, and we can, which is beautiful. So we can do this, and then we are good to go to the slums. Go. Nice. So we kind of got lucky with spawns and didn't have to be out in the open light too much. Let's see how we can do in terms of pushing. Oh, there's a guy. Saw me immediately.
You don't fucking matter! I'm not crying. That's just what my eyes do.
Okay. I'm just gonna get the hell out of there. Franco being in the middle of the street is not good, obviously. And then the pusher or the pitcher was out as well. Let's go check our radios. Heart, Club, and Bunny. Got it. This is usually the route I tend to go. That's Club. So we need Heart, Club, Bunny. Hello. Oh, that one's on the back. I saw the paint barely. That's spade, not what we need. Grab this though. No way that's gonna set him off. And hey, we got the task for completing the secondary 3 times. Someone just came out. There's Bunny. So we have club. Okay. I'm just gonna brick you. I've got plenty. No, I was backing up! I was already in the process of backing up. How does it set off? Oh. Well, I'm a moron. But whatever. There goes my flawless. Heart. So we have club and bunny. We just need heart, I believe. We need an antidote, which is a lockpick. Lockpick again. Of course, we find everything but. Everything but. Wow, that's I haven't seen that before, I don't think. That's a picture. Of course, Mama is here. Jesus, man. See, like, I know I could see the pouncer there, but there's like too much. There was like too much going on that I misinterpreted everything somehow. What the fuck? Like, basically, what I thought I saw was I thought that the pouncer that I was hearing was actually in that locker that was inaccessible because, like, the locker door was, like, slightly open because of, you know, how they are when they're destroyed. That's hard. Okay. So we know technically where they all are. How have I not found a freaking antidote? I've just ended up running the wrong direction as well. Shut the fuck up about your eyes, bitch. You do not care about your eyes. You simply yell that to confuse and mislead. Alright, I don't see any antidotes anywhere. Oh, we'll finally get one. Get me out of this bad trip land. Alright. We can go back and try and do this. I'm not sure where exactly Franco was with that breathing.
Gonna drown me. Blood and shit. God. Tomorrow's me. There's a fucking joke. Over here. Franco.
Okay. He's over the line.
Key to productive healing.
So we are good there. Wow, that's a weird laser trap. I'm gonna leave him there and do the rest after I get the, or at least some of the radios, because I do believe Franco was closing in on that location. Yeah, go fuck yourself with this pathing. heart. I just want to make sure it's Club Bunny, but yeah, I thought it was. But are they up here? I know Bunny is by this bed. I'm kind of forgetting where Club was, sadly. This stupid whistling reagent. Annoying. I guess I've been spotted by Night Hunter. Is this it? Must not be. Yeah, that's Moon. Maybe it was in the shop here? Why am I pinging breakable windows? Yes, Club. And then we just need to go upstairs. Again.
Can't see a fucking thing!
Okay, I don't know how that worked out for me at the end of the day, but... Oh! Fucking imposter, man. I guess we're good. So the thing is open, we just need to bring this guy there. And let's do that. So far I only have the one stupid demerit of me stepping on a psychosis mine.
I can smell the meat. Oh, Jesus.
Keep this rolling here.
Go away from me. Please. Please.
Okay, I'm not sure how this all worked out so perfectly and nobody chased me. But I will take it. Okay, so usually my home base is up here with this dark room. So that's what I'm gonna set up for. Do have a pouncer in here. Who is that? It is an imposter. I figured it was, but they're weird. Look how slow they walk. What are you doing? You're just standing there. Okay, see ya. Hard to understand sometimes their behavior, but you know, we're not really trying to understand it. I'm just grabbing these for some extra grade points in case things go south here. They very easily could do. Okay, there's glass there. It's just nice to do a little bit of a tour of the factory and ensure you clear or at least aware of the hazards. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense that none of those would have hit the trap there. Makes perfect, logical, reasonable sense. Alright, let's get these ones placed. I'm gonna go across here and smash this glass. And we can disarm this again, I think, for that one task we should have. Alright. What the freak? For the pitcher to decide it's time to leave. Despite what you might think, we are allegedly not noticeable by him from this position. Okay, and so that... My mouse is acting up. That, I believe, has to be an imposter. Yeah, Bibzutter. Since they came out at the same time as the picture was already out. Okay. I mean, I'm not taking... I mean, with the pitcher's track record of bullshit, I'm not trying to take any chances there. Dude, chill. Holy. This guy's laughing maniacally and just chasing me, bro. I don't dig that at all. What's this guy's problem? I do not want that. Yeah, I certainly don't know all of the latest and greatest imposter behaviors, because what the hell? I thought when they cackled, that meant that they had like swung and missed and were dipping. But he was just cackling and then he started losing his actual shit, laughing like a crazy person, and was just running me down like a dog in the street. I don't even know. That was crazy. Oh, it's like cat hair. Fucking with my mouse. Alright, let's get this started, for fuck's sake, before we get ambushed again. We're all set up, or should be good to go at least. We have to wait a bit for the bodies to get carted in. Yeah, this actually takes longer than I thought. Usually you spend this time setting up, but I hadn't pushed the guy in time. I just got distracted by everything else going on. So we have the head wound. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'll hit this one, grab 2 more hearts, and then we'll be good to go. We do not have stun, which I really don't like. I also don't like... Please, man! Holy shit, he lunged at me from cross map, low-key. Okay, we need ear. And of course it's the shit one instantly. Oh, there's Franco. Okay, we may not even do this one, depending on his pathing. You basically need him to go into... I guess we can try it with him in that cold room. It's just risky because he can easily shoot you from in there if he comes out at a bad time. Dude, of course there's fucking glass right next to this window, man. YOLOing. I didn't want to wait another, or do another whole cycle. Now we're in a bad spot relative to where I want to be. We just need to, I mean, I don't know where Franco is at all. Okay, we have a hand. Hand wound. So Watch out for crazy imposters. Yep, there he comes. There he comes. I'm gonna pretend like I don't see him, and then he'll try and go for the stab on me. Okay, good. And Hand is downstairs again. This one I think we're gonna actually skip. Because Franco's out, Pitcher's out. It's just bad luck, really. Is that another imposter? No, surely not. Yeah, we were just gonna wait for the symbol to rotate to the next one, because even if Franco goes straight to a cold room here, we don't have enough time to safely assume we'll be able to get all three. And he's sniffing the floor or whatever he likes to do. I'm gonna grab a bottle to give us some defense against an imposter attack. Oh, he's coming up, actually. It's about to rotate. Unfortunate extra time waste, but we've just been getting bad luck on symbol locations. There it goes. Is he going downstairs? Yes. And we have, that looks like foot. Another fucking imposter attack. Let's open this door for him. Do the same thing. Let me open it. Let me open it! No! Really sucks. And that's a good reason why you should get rid of the traps in the area before you do this finale, but that's what I get for being lazy. And we have the chest wound as our last objective here. Good to learn that lineup, of course. Oh, he's coming up. Is that? I think we should be done now, I believe. Yeah, I'll go scurrying to the exit. We can make our way there as well. So yeah, crazy how frequent the damn imposters spawn in. It's pretty brutal. But they are manageable as long as you're prepared for them. And we only have the 1 damage and the sanity lost. So as long as we don't really fuck up this ending, we should be okay. That was a bad throw. But this box is the almighty box right here that you can kind of hide from him behind. And then fuck up your throws and just get screwed. There we go. It's like tall enough that you can hide from his bullets as far as I understand it. So yeah, a bit hectic, a bit difficult as I expected. A plus 31 minutes, 58 seconds, looking at the unit Geister psychosurgery. I mean, that's a long trial, but we managed to complete it with just the 1 sanity and 1 damage loss, but we got the A+. We're on to the MKs now, so we'll be doing Beguile the Children first, which is got to be my favorite environment in the game currently. It's just super cool. Also, I got my 100 tokens, so I can finish off the Geister catalog, which is cool. I'll do it. I have to check up on the tasks, see where I'm at for those, but I'll be back for the start of the MKs. Alright folks, we are here on Beguile the Children, which is one of the 2 brand new MKs introduced with the Geister Invasion update. And yeah, needless to say, it has got to be the most beautiful trial environment in the... Oh, Jesus. Instantly, Mama is here. I mean, we've got the night sky above us here in the fun park. It's just gorgeous. And then, of course, the map itself, the illusion castle illusion, whatever. Got this whole space-themed area here at the start. I mean, it's just gorgeous. I can't get over it, simply. And we found an organ sample already. And you may be wondering, longtime viewers of the channel at least, where my first run and exploring videos are for these 2 new MKs, which is usually one of my traditional uploads with the new patch. But to tell you the truth, and this is something you might already know from... What did I make noise? How did I... Who did I... What did I... What the? I don't know. As you might know from watching my other videos on the patch, though, I actually got early access to this patch to play the new mode. Can I get into the fucking trial? To play the new invasion mode and test it out. And as a result of that, I did play both of these new MKs to test them out as well. And we weren't allowed to record any footage during the playtest. So my first runs were done in that setting, and I didn't think it would be right, really, to upload my first run of the trials when it wasn't really my first run, I guess. Although maybe I should still just make a separate video for each of those trials as kind of like a showcase, to showcase the new trials. Maybe could be a good idea, but I mean, what more is there to say other than wow for this entire area and map? And I still think, I've said this a few times in like streams and stuff, I still think they could have used this, or they could still use this entire new area as an entire new full trial on the fun park. I really think that they could do a lot with more than 1 full trial on a map. I think that could be very good. Say, you know, they could maybe make more full trials than their current pace, which is, you know, 1 per season right now with a new, but that's because it takes an entirely new map. Surely an existing map, and having that become a new trial would be easier. I don't know. I don't think I've even done this on psychosurgery, so this is going to be kind of hard, and I don't even fully know how it works. I think you just have to do like sort of a guess and check type approach. So we have 1 as spade. I'm going to throw that, I'm going to grab that. And I mean, just every room on this map has something cool, something interesting, something to look at. It's just insane, the level of detail and just the way they do things. Like what even was going on in that room with the spinning shadows. I mean, it's just insane. It's just amazing. I cannot fathom how they come up with some of the things in this map and how they execute them so beautifully. Like look at the rabbit spinning thing, casting the shadows in the room. It's with the knives. I mean, what more can you ask for in a new area? I mean, it's just like the new shopping mall MK that we're going to be doing next is good and going to be fun, but this just puts it to shame. I mean, what can you say? Okay. Yeah, I don't really see a safe way of getting to that. I think I can. Boy, these AI imposters are no joke. Bro, Jaeger again, really? Well, so far, so terrible. I thought Jaeger was the one coming upstairs. Maybe we got to throw 50 projectiles at enemies done. Hopefully Gooseberry did open this for me.
What can you do to me?
So we can... Oh, we can grab this. Wait.
Somebody want to play with me?
No. Seems pretty fried. I don't think I had much other option there. I mean, I could have tried to walk the line between Gooseberry and Henrietta, but seemed dubious at best. But yeah, so now we're in the... Okay, we already found the projector. That's good. So we put this on, and so you see slot 4 is what's open, so you need to bring reel number 4 to this one. And I think that's the only way of finding out. I don't think there's any way you can know beforehand which reel needs to go where. I'm gonna grab this. But maybe there's something that, you know, I don't know, because again, I've not done this trial a ton of times. But yeah, so now being downstairs is serving no purpose for us. We would like to find the staircase and go upstairs. Either all the way up or to the middle level. But I mean, again, I'm gonna not say it too much, but the map is just amazing. It's just freaking awesome. One of my favorite rooms is the mirrored floor room that looks like it's got like a bottomless pit, and then also the room that has like a small, like a big and small section on each side of it or whatever is awesome. Oh, we have our projector. Nice. So of course we get the worst RNG with our first reel here, but we can go upstairs at least, and we know this one goes upstairs. Also, the symbol code pads are new to this trial. Oh, this room's also cool with like this illusion pit in the floor. I mean, it's all just awesome. Look at this horrifying, creepy black hands in the mirror. New door textures. This is the tiny large room that I was talking about. So like your normal size here, and then as you run down the hall, everything gets bigger and everything's huge. Now you got these giant chairs. And, oh god, that's creepy. I mean, it's just so fucking awesome. This map is amazing. But yeah, I'll try to chill out with the glazing a little bit, not too much, because I honestly I can't get over it. I cannot. You have this suspended bell clock tower thing. It's actual working clock with clock noises. Creepy cubes room. Where's the bottomless? Oh, the freaking eyeballs room I forgot about. Gross. You have the slice of life room with some slices of life, and this is the infinite floor mirror craziness room. So cool. We did have the reel back, or the projector back there in the slice of life room. So we can go back here, and actually this will definitely give us the symbol, which is crown. So we have spade dot crown. Also, this staircase that leads nowhere. There's this room with like staircases on the walls and armchairs on the walls and stuff. I mean, the first time I played this, actually, when we were on the playtest, I was playing with Happy Heart, and we were both just completely floored. I mean, just every half second it was like, oh my god, come look at this, look at this. From both of us, it was just crazy. But yeah, spade dot crown dot is our currently working combo. So we come back here and we grab another one of these. Number 2 was, I think, on the middle level here. Maybe. Actually, I don't remember. So that's a failure for me. A lot of stuff to remember on this one. Spade.crown. Oh, the creepy hand room. Ugh, so many hands. Shush, shush. Calm down, character.
Market.
Okay, this is the market. Oh, I've erred. I thought maybe the pillar would block him enough, but it simply didn't. It simply didn't, and I've griefed. That's all there is to it. It really is just that simple. Who's that? Is someone locking the door? Okay, sure. Imposter? Pusher? Okay. Got a lock, or not a lock, a rig recharger. Need to get the reel and bring it here. See, partially the new pouncer hearing you as well can be misleading to you being worried about someone chasing you or hearing you, which can be annoying at times. So it's a double-edged sword. Spade dot crown, spade fire crown. And then we just need to bring this reel downstairs to be done. It's the big mother. Alright. We've got that in its place. This pouncer, I don't know how it didn't jump me when I was coming in here earlier, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we've got reel number 4. What? Yeah, sure. Just it pulled me through the pillar, by the way. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're good. Yeah, so that was a ridiculous bug. It doesn't grab me earlier when I ran straight past this spot, but then there it says, yeah, I'm just gonna pull you through this solid wall or this solid pillar, and there you have it. Shit! Oh my god, he missed. Thank god. I kind of just hoped he would miss there. Okay. Okay. So we are well out of position to our current objective, but we avoided disaster there, at least. Is that in the game? I don't even know. I'm like fucking losing my mind as well. Who's that? I don't even know where the staircases are at, man. There's a window here? Okay. I think you need to slow walk off this ledge to get the drop down or you'll take damage. Or you definitely can't jump the railings. I know that for sure. I think we have spade fire crown, right? Dude, are you for real? Say swear. Exactly. How did you turn around in a fucking... like one frame just turned around? Fuck! Probably screwed on the A+. I. Spade, fire, crown, I. Who the fuck?! It's fucking imposters, I'm telling you, man. Alright. Also, by the way, if you mess this up and put in the wrong code and hit the button, you take 3 bars damage. So don't mess it up. Don't forget to smash like down below. And yeah, I do not think we're getting A+ here. We're gonna see. Also, I don't even know what happens here at the ending. I knew Mama would be there, but oh, does the goose come out as well? She's just pretty slow. Yes. Okay. Let's see. I mean, we did throw a bunch of shit and do a bunch of shit, but I feel like we won't have it. So. Oh, nice. A+, 15 minutes, 2 seconds. Beguile the children, Geister, psychosurgery. We will take it. Maybe not deserved, but received regardless. 3 damage taken. So pretty sloppy, but yeah, I think that's the first time I've done it on psychosurgery. So I mean, there was quite a few. I think there was 2 elite grunts or whatever you want to call it, and a giant and gooseberry at least. I don't know if there's any more, but then not to mention the freaking imposters bugging me. And then Henrietta was there briefly, but yeah, such an amazing trial. The environment is just absolute peak, and I hope we get to go there again in the near future, to be honest. I hope there's another trial there. But next up, we're heading to the other new MK from the Geister update, which is Investigate the Minotaur. So I'll see you guys for this one on the shopping mall. All right, we're here on Investigate the Minotaur here on the shopping mall. So this should be a fun one. Mostly not new area, like unlike the other trial, but still some cool new stuff like this area outside of the department store. We have this like loading dock, makes a lot of sense to be where it is, and just, you know, works perfectly for the trial and everything. Grab ourselves a organ sample and some nice throwables here. And we do need 1 inventory space free for the fuse for the most part. Although this trial is one of those ones that plays quite a lot differently in groups than it does in solo. Even just a group of 2 will have a much quicker time through this trial because one person can place and pick up the fuse, and the other person can just move the box and tell them when it's moved. And that is a grunt. Okay. But obviously the first part of the trial is just getting to the other side of the shopping mall, which I don't think there's generally enemies out and about in here. Oh, there are. Okay, this trial I did once on psychosurgery when I was having some people invade me from my friends list on day of release, and it was pretty tough on psycho. But I also didn't really know what I was doing, and I had invaders, which was what I was more afraid of than the enemies for the most part. We're going to go in here, grab this fuse, and so you need 1 fuse to get the box. There we go. And unfortunately, it is one of these boxes that takes up the majority of your screen. Yeah, so now... Oh, hey. I'm just gonna run for it. Beautiful. So we got out of the department store, and obviously that whole Spatlin department store is brand new to this trial. It's a cool little area, just like as you'd expect, kind of a department store in the mall. It's Jaeger again? What is going on with Jaeger, man? Wait, we could technically... Could we? No. Maybe on the next gate we could technically lose her. But not here because there's 2 ways in. But what we have to do now, of course, is grab this fuse. And since we already got the box out, we can now just leave. And then we need to bring the box to the next gate and sort of just rinse, repeat. And this is already annoying with this glass. And you gotta watch out for the twins who are generally gonna be around. What we can do while they're maybe over there, or at least Jaeger's over there, we can look for where the wire goes that leads to the door. And potentially go put our fuse into the box. The wire is really hard to follow as well on this trial, which is probably kind of a good thing for making it a little more difficult. But at this time, I just decide to don't feel like fully checking and guess where it is, and thankfully I got it correct. So yeah, basically, in a group, you have one person put the fuse, and then someone else would have been at the box and then moved it over that threshold of where the gate opens, and then the other person would immediately just take the fuse back, and they would move on. But with this, obviously, you have to move the box yourself, and solo takes much longer. Okay. Gotta move this around the glass. We do obviously still have Henrietta lurking. Plenty of organ samples around, it seems. We just need to get the chance to grab them. We have a normal grunt as well.
Everybody hates the poor, especially the poor.
Oh my god, this glass, man.
It's a miracle. I miss looking you in the face while you freeze.
Me too, my love.
What are they saying? Bit of a spooky situation here. But I think we should be good to sprint this over the threshold. And there's no real reason for us not to just continue it on to the next gate while it's safe to do so. Until we get spotted by the night hunter who's in this area. Then we can go back for the fuse after. So yeah, this is the next gate. And I need the fuse to get through there. So we have moved the box to the next checkpoint. It's sort of like an incremental trial in that way. You just slowly progress. What the hitbox? What the hitbox is that on the fucking Aurora vial? Are we being serious? She completely missed me, by the way. Okay, sure. Well, that blows. With them in that area, we can at least grab organ samples. There's one there and then one over on this pillar. Or something like that. Like here, yep. Oh, I was being heard for real. I thought that might have been a pouncer. We can reclaim our fuse now and move that on to the next area. Oh, but this also does still trigger like the fuse enemy that comes through the door instantly and instantly comes into the room, like in the normal shopping mall, the main trial, the politician. So you got to be aware of that. Picking up the fuse does still cause that insta enemy to spawn, and you have to deal with them. You can't like immediately leave or they'll get you. Okay. Now the next place for the fuse also is in the other hallway. There's nothing in this middle area. This is just kind of a pass-through. The next fuse is going to be in these other stores. It's difficult to even get through here, though. Get the twins, get the night hunter. Yeah, so we're in here now. And it seems our fuse is very clearly needing to go in here. So let's head over there. and pop it in, and then that opens up that gate, and then there's only one more gate which has the fuse box inside the department store, which is gotta be the hardest part. Because that, of course, the department store is, of course, lit up, which will cause problems. It seems we sneak past this mine. We can use this time to at least fully identify where this fuse box is, and it's way... What? It's way back here. For that fuse box, so okay. At least we know. We still need to go back and reclaim our fuse from this area. Which thankfully wasn't as bad as the original as far as the distance. And yeah, like I said, we're gonna see, like, that guy already heard me even though his alarm hadn't even basically started yet almost. Just hearing door alarms going off constantly. We got imposters, X-pops, everything. We have the fuse. I'm just going to use this. I don't know why I didn't use this earlier. Didn't think to exactly. I think the twins are going to be in the store, right? At this point. I'm not sure. Okay, I guess I underestimated how fast this guy would be. He was just completely on my ass the entire time. So I have the box through the threshold, although in truth it doesn't really matter at this point, because the fuse isn't needed for anything else. So once you get the fuse into that last spot, you're done worrying about it. Okay, I thought that was a brick. Just keep moving the box up. We might not even get A+ here with the bullshit Aurora hitbox and everything. Trying to listen out for the twins. Oh, I guess they weren't out. I don't know. I did not hear them at all. We will place that. And don't forget to smash like down below, of course. That was weird. I think they're supposed to be out and about in the department store. But I did not see them. There's another imposter. We can bonk him over the schnoz with the stun. And let's see if that was enough for us. Okay, good. We still got the A+ in 12 minutes 17 seconds on Investigate the Minotaur Geister Psychosurgery. So, yeah, still a cool new trial. It wasn't actually as long as I had anticipated. I thought it would be a bit more annoying having to go back and forth for the fuse, but it wasn't too bad. Personally, I prefer Beguile the Children out of the two, but still a fun new trial, and I like how it becomes quite a lot easier in groups, especially if you're coordinated with the person with the fuse and the box. That's a good little addition to it as well. But yeah, we've got 4 more MK challenges to go, some of the standard fare that we're used to, so I'll see you guys for the next one. Alright, we're here for Escape the Courthouse, and this is the one that I mentioned earlier on in the video would potentially be quite a lot more difficult than it usually is. It's usually a fairly easy trial, especially now that I have done it a lot and know quite a bit about where the witnesses are and how they behave. But with enraged enemies on the trial, it's much more difficult because while most enemies are highly affected by enraged, witnesses are even more affected, I guess is the best way to say it. Witnesses will see you from out of the back of their head. They will run for the insertion gate at the slightest noise, and yeah, it can be very annoying having to deal with that. I'm gonna grab our first organ sample before we get into things here. Particularly annoying is the library witness in my experience. Once we got 20 organs done. Oh, hey. Yeah, honestly, after all the noise I just made, I'm surprised this guy's still right here. But it becomes generally even more valuable than it usually is to get a quick kill like that because of the potential for the witness to sprint off in the case that you don't get it and have to find him again. So hopefully... Okay, we've remained stealthy to this point. Alright, he must be in the little cubby hole. Okay, good. I think we'll be okay here, actually. Oh no. Not the Jaeger. I think we got him. Bro, what is with Jaeger coming out so much during this event for me? Seems... I mean, have I got her in every trial? No, I did. I got her in Beguile the Children. I think I got her in Cleanse the Orphans, but that's the one I'm not 100% certain on. I don't know. She's been a bit feisty today. Okay, nice. We can grab this. I just need one more. And that is, well, debatably the hardest witness. I mean, the one in... The final one can be a bit hit or miss, but we'll see how that goes. And we can get this guy through this door here. And he will actually run all the way around and try and get us, but I don't think we'll be able to take advantage. I was able to take advantage. I wasn't sure if I would because of Henrietta being there. But yes, now we simply try not to get... Well, that was always the risk. And now we hope he just goes through that door, and then it's GG. Perfect. Now, I don't really want to go for this until Henrietta is gone, I'm not gonna lie. But basically, when he goes through that door, there's a pretty easy quick kill you can do. Much easier if you have a brick. Potentially still doable without the brick, but... you definitely would rather have it. Yes, perfect. That's what I was hoping to find as well before I do this. Also, we just heard the door go off, so I assume that means an imposter is on the loose. Or... no, I really don't know what's going on. That's the imposter? No. We basically wanted her to leave. She's out for 3 minutes. Seems she doesn't want to jump this counter, so we may be able to just keep her attention here until she decides it's time to go. And while this isn't the most interesting stuff, it's, I mean, that's kind of the nature of the Jaeger sometimes. Like on a trial like this, or just in general, like if you're trying to play carefully and go for an A+, oftentimes your best approach is going to be to play it like that. I knew there was an imposter around somewhere. Often your best approach is going to be to play it like that, like a lot more cautiously and wait her out. But it's just boring, so it's, you know, not what you always want to do. Right. So with 2 bricks, we could even just brick this guy down completely, but I'd rather show the good way. And you can even do it with 1 chargeable brick, as far as I understand it. If you just... So what you do is you lock this door. And when he dashes down the door after you hit him for a second time is when you hit him with the 1 brick, and that should be enough, as far as I understand it. But yeah, if you have a fully charged brick, that makes it much easier. And we do have coil out here, so we can use our other brick to deal with him. Then you have this giant here. Ideally bait with sound. Use that time to get our stamina back. Smash the like button. Bait the swing. Alright, the pitcher is out as well, which is bad. But we can maybe use this brick to our advantage. Nope, we're just home free. Very nice. So yeah, despite the fact that it can definitely be a big issue, I was able to pretty easily execute all the witnesses there, despite the enraged, and we got complete 6 trials. A+ 7 minutes 18 seconds, escaped courthouse, Geister, psycho, surgery. And yeah, that quick kill at the end is the biggest thing that will save you a lot of time, obviously, is just avoiding having to go back and forth. The witness always spawns from that 1 gate that he came out of at the end, by the way. I know I've mentioned that before, but in case you don't know. We only triggered 1 sound trap with that accidental hit of those cans, which is a shame, but still, I'll take the A+, and we'll be moving on. I think the last 3 trials are some pretty easy ones, so we should be pretty good to... Or, well, one of them's punished, but whatever. I'll see you for the next one. Alright, we are here now for Cancel the Autopsy, one of the classics, of course, of the game, and honestly probably can be fairly significantly impacted by the enraged enemies, causing them to be more easily attracted, but we shouldn't have too much trouble with this one. It's pretty much, I mean, there's not much you can do to make Cancel the Autopsy really that heinous. So I'm not too worried. I'm just looking for a lockpick here. No luck. There's usually one somewhere in that room. But yeah, don't forget, of course, to smash the like button down below if you haven't yet, and smash the window. It's customary. And, oh, here we go. We've got a lockpick. So we use that to get ourselves a rig recharger. We can get Moon. Check if Moon is right there. No. There can be a corpse there, and then you can see it through the window and know where exactly you need to go. In Sector C already, which is nice because... C is probably the second hardest sector. Sector B tends to be the most difficult to find things in, I would say. But, we got the Berserker onto us with our stomping feet, but... Oh, we have Night Hunter in this area. Good to know. We need Diamond. I knew the Pouncer was in there. I thought I was far enough away from the thing to not get pounced. Okay, I'm just gonna use my stun here just to get this, because the Night Hunter being around in either A or C, he can be in one of the two. It's random, but since he's here, that makes this probably one of the more difficult sections to actually get the key out of safely. So I'm not too fussed about throwing that when we already have a recharger on hand. And with that door being blocked, I'm just going to smash the co-op here. And actually went unheard by the giant of this area. So we are pretty safe here for a bit. A couple different spots that could have had corpses that didn't so far. And so we shall keep searching deeper into the area. There's always that one room with the dogs in it that can have it and is often overlooked. But so far, I mean, I've barely even found a corpse to begin with, let alone the one we need, but here it is. The bunny. And just like that, all we're left with is the moon, which we can go to Sector C for. And yeah, one thing I'm noticing pretty quickly on this trial is that it's a lot easier to navigate. A lot of times this trial and others in this area, like Sabo Lockdown and things like that, are fairly disproportionately affected by unreliable doors than other trials. And since we don't have unreliable doors on this event, it's fairly easy to just get wherever we need to go pretty easily and quickly. We have Jaeger again. Wait, is it? Did they change it or something, bro? Like, how is she out again? Every single trial so far, I think, and maybe I'm forgetting one that she wasn't out, but with a 75% rate, I mean, maybe that's not that big of a surprise. She was right there, I heard by the music. We can just take the co-op door route instead to get to Sector C. I don't know, just, it seems odd, given my experience with the trials, that she would be out this much. Like, this seems more frequent than usual, though it just could be a strange stint of luck, which is what you should probably assume most things like this to be, as opposed to some sort of... Well, although, I guess part of my issue with assuming one thing or the other is the reputation of Red Barrels to make changes without putting them in the patch notes on occasion. That's part of why I'm maybe paranoid in this regard, but it's most likely just some crazy RNG I'm seeing on this run of the event. But we got the moon key in the meantime while I was yapping about that, meaning with our 3 organ samples we are clear to get out, pop the keys in, and we'll be done. So yeah, like I said, and as expected, not going to be too difficult of a trial. It is against the autopsy, one we've had since, I think since release. Okay, we should still be safe here. Where did the giant go? Oh, the giant moved quickly there, that's surprising. But anyways, we can smash the button, and that essentially guarantees our safety given our stun plus 2 bricks. Make sure we get some headshots with these to continue farming that task, I guess. I'm not sure if the first one would have counted as a headshot, but whatever. Say goodbye to Henry and the giant, and we are nicely done with what should have been the quickest trial so far. A+, 5 minutes, 18 seconds, canceling autopsy, Geister, psychosurgery. And I believe it was a flawless as well, so yeah. No big surprise there, to be honest, with the general ease of the trial, but I will take it. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next one, which I think is Feed the Children. Alright, we are here for Feed the Children, a trial that I'm sure many people are more familiar with than they used to be, given that it was selected so often in the early days of Invasion. I do think that maybe the number of Invasion games required... Well, I guess it depends a little bit on... Where's this corpse? I hear the buzzing flies. Is it? It's on the other side of this wall. There it is right there. But yeah, I guess it depends a bit on the experience level of the reagents and imposters prior to their initial gameplay of imposter games, if I'm making any sense at all. But it seemed to me a little bit like it took too long to ramp up in difficulty. Like 50 matches is a lot of matches to get to the highest difficulty. And even then, the difficulty itself is not really that different because there's no variators. So just saying it's on intensive is hardly affecting anything as far as I understand it. The words don't actually mean anything, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I think it's the variators that causes the things to change at all. Like I don't know if the actual difficulty level of something changes it in any way other than that. I'm gonna lock this, lock it. Oops. Night Hunter ended up being right there, but I wanted to loot this thingy, and then we can grab the bleach and be gone. But yeah, like, it's more so the fact that there's such a limited selection of trials in the 2 early sections. I mean, the second segment after 10, I think, is not as bad, but still, you get a lot of repetition there. So, I don't know. That's just how it felt to me originally, but maybe... I mean, I know a lot of games, like most games with like a ranked system, and I know this isn't a ranked system, but it's a PvP mode, which is, you know, in the same realm. Most games with a ranked system, you have to play for 1,000 years before you can queue up for a ranked game, like CSGO or like League and stuff like that. So maybe that's sort of the similar approach they were going for with this, to ease people in. But yeah, I mean, I guess it certainly makes sense for new players to have to play that many, but for existing players or people who know the game already, it just gets a little bit repetitive doing the same couple maps, I guess. Especially when, as was my experience recently playing with Kotz on his stream, you get like 10 reagent games in a row and are just playing the same trials the same way you've always done. Unfortunately, that is padlocked, so we are going to have to reverse course here. Okay. Oh, he's going to be too quick, isn't he? How long does this fire last on the floor, man? Okay, this whole situation was highly dubious. There's an imposter involved, and but then that grunt took way longer to react than I originally thought. I completely screwed myself with trying to run past him in that fashion, but he just completely was just like a slug in terms of reacting to my presence. So I'm not mad about it. I'm just surprised. Oh, son. What do you mean you hear me? You literally saw me. Okay, I'm not sure how all this is happening necessarily, and I considered for a moment trying to disarm that trap, because we still need, like, our last 3 tasks are to disarm traps, or disarm door traps, and then headshot enemies. So, try a couple headshots on this guy. I only need one of those 3 to unlock the part 2 tasks, so it would be nice if I could unlock the part 2 tasks before I finish the part 1 video, at least, just so we can take a look at them. Although I'm sure if you really care, you've already seen them by now. I'm just curious myself as to what they are, in truth. Yeah, with those bricks thrown, we can safely get out of here. And pour this bleach, and we already have a bleach that we dropped off here. We just need the one upstairs in the chapel, which is generally going to be the easiest one to grab, since it's nice and dark up there and generally devoid of enemies. And then all we have left after this trial is going to be Punish the Miscreants, which is another one of the trials that was fairly common in Invasion. Not my favorite trial in the world, and quite a bit more annoying on a solo game because you have to go back and forth with each of the children. Yeah, I'm going to take actually a rarely used route here, I would say, where we actually reroute through the basement with the chapel bleach, just to avoid that guy, since he would have most likely gone that same way and tried to follow me. And so we can emerge on the other side safe from his pursuit, and pour our final bleach. Now I'm wondering, actually, I haven't played this trial outside of Invasion. Does the gate close like it normally does here? Is that... No. So this trial was completely changed as a result of Invasion. And now the ending in a solo game is just completely free. That's strange. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that decision, since that was clearly only changed for Invasion, it seems like to me. So you don't get trapped in that room for a minute with the imposters. I think the trial for a normal experience was way better the other way, because I just stood there and hit the button for free instead of having to hide from Gooseberry when she comes in the room and wait for the gate to open, and then the grunt was in the way. I mean, that just makes the trial a lot more lame. And I don't know. I really hope they don't make too many changes to the game for PvP that affect the regular experience without PvP. I'm just farming my... okay. No more farming. I thought I could stun and then get the brick again, but I do not have my stun. I utilized that already, but that's A+ in 7 minutes 31 seconds. Feed the children Geister Psycho Surgery here, and that was another flawless, so I will take it. On the easier trials, we are getting these flawlesses, of course, so not that impressive, but still. We will take our rewards, and we're off to punish the miscreants, like I said, for the final trial, so I'll see you guys there. Alright, we're here for the final trial of Geister 2025 Part 1, which is Punish the Miscreants. And like I said, not exactly my favorite trial in the world, especially in solo, since you gotta lug the kids back and forth all the way yourself. But hey, I'll be taking 3 bricks to start things off. And guys, little tip for Invasion, this spot right here, great to be stabbing people running the shuttle. I've used that to great effect on multiple occasions now. So yeah. Pretty obvious thing, but like, I feel like, I guess I'll talk a little bit about Invasion now, even though there's nothing, it's not like related to what we're doing. It's just a little something I wanted to mention. Is that an imposter? That's the pusher. Just talk about it a little bit, although again, I probably won't be having a ton of videos on it or anything, and I'm going to disarm this for that task. But I feel like part of why I'm not a huge fan of the way Invasion is right now is because most of the time it's being played like just sort of like a chase and run around games, kind of in a similar fashion to Dead by Daylight. I know a lot of people are making that comparison to this game since its conception, and I normally don't really agree with the comparison at all, but in the case of a lot of the current imposter games, it does make some sense, because things end up a bit more...
It's an illusion!
Okay, I guess. I don't know if I'll be able to find an antidote or anything here. I'll get back to what I was saying in a moment. Nice. So that sucks though. That's pretty bad for our grade. I don't know. The pusher's speed is a little bit bullshit when he's on his way back to the shuttle, and then he spotted me in that time. Oh hey. Anyway, I guess I'm not really a huge fan of that sort of hectic approach that it's taking right now, where people are just sort of, the imposters are just sort of running in for the most part and just trying to stab you, and there's not a whole lot. They're just kind of roaming the trial at random and hoping they run into someone, and then like from there chase them down and kill them. And I think I would prefer it a bit more if it was more stealth focused in a way. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Whoops. But for the most part, it's basically just run. What was that? Oh, that was the child. Basically just like run and gun in a way, almost. Which is, I mean, I guess kind of how a lot of people will play trials to begin with. Or like, not to begin with, like after they're more experienced with it, so maybe that's part of why that is the case, but I don't know. I mean, nice. I guess I don't really have a whole lot of interesting insight to offer in that regard. Just that I feel like it would be more fun and for me to. Dude, we got Jaeger again. What? There's no way. I don't know what's going on here, but thankfully this trial, you can easily just get rid of her by going in the crawl space. So she'll leave. But yeah, I don't know. Just that I think I would enjoy it more if this imposter side was more intended to be focused on stealth. And maybe that is the intention and it's just not how it plays out and whatever. I don't know. Because like obviously you do get some advantage from playing stealthily, even if you're just playing more stealthily to try and go for a standard one-shot stab on someone. That's an advantage in and of itself. And then you could also, you know, use hiding spots, which give you a guaranteed one-shot stab. And she's thinking about trying to pull me from across the room there, but she should be leaving. What's going on here? I am inaccessible, Henrietta. You are meant to leave the trial. Has this been changed as well? I don't know what's going on here. I mean, what? What if I come out over here? Yeah, she did start walking over there. And now she's just gonna come back and stand right there. Maybe it's bugged right here. I don't really know what's going on. This is very strange. I mean, when I locked her away in Liquidate, she... Well, I didn't stick around to look, but I assume she left. And then, did I lock her up and leave her on any other trial? I don't think so. What other... Escape courthouse? No. I don't know. This is highly irregular. Because this was a very often used spot for this strat. But she's still here and still coming for me, so... I don't know, maybe I'll pop into Kotz's stream next time he's live and ask him about it. Okay, of course it makes us drop the child. Some of the most annoying shit. My screamers suck. We'll just go grab this one instead. Obviously, screamers were incredibly annoying on the Be Quiet weekly. But they still rear their ugly head here. Like, I feel like the more I play, the more annoying I find screamers, because they just are such an inconvenience. But there we go. Toss our child in there. I did see the button over here, so we can go... I assume this is the button. Maybe it's actually not. Yeah, it is. We can hit that for this section. And then we do need to like go cross map here to get the child I left behind, but that's okay. Hopefully the right hand side of this area is open enough to get through all the way. This door at least is open. And we can maybe go all the way through. Yes, indeed. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, you're gone. Sure. I'll grab this. Although we may need to... Well, I have 3 bricks. I think that should be more than enough to get all of the remaining headshots I need with bricks. But I will have to make a focused effort to actually do that. Let me check. I only need 2 more brick headshots. So that'll be enough to complete the tasks, and we can check out part 2 before wrapping up the video. So we have the child right here. Okay, good. This has attracted the X-Pop. You know, I'm a little bit uncomfortable with that. I'll just go back to this doorway where I'm sure I can get a clear shot on his head. There we go. And we got all those tasks for that one thing, basically, because of how the unlocking system works. That is imposter. Oh, he's one of them. He's chasing me down like a fucking freak. Get out of here, man. Okay, I'm gonna use my stun just to get this last organ sample, to be honest. I should be okay without stun given my brick stockpile for the end of the trial. And we'll get this final child back to the grinder. Yeah, very strange behavior from Henrietta there, by the way. I wonder if any of you have seen similar. But that is not how she works in my experience, usually. Alright, let's get out of here. Watch out for the giant, who is here at the ending, of course. What? Smash like button? Where's the giant? Hello, Gooseberry.
I'm afraid you've upset Dr. Futterman.
I don't know where the giant is at, but hey, I guess I won't complain. Highly dubious trial there. Very, very strange things taking place, but whatever. That'll do it for Geister Part 1. We got A+, 9 minutes, 42 seconds, punch miscreants, Geister, psycho surgery. And yeah, that we lost our sanity at the beginning with the pusher, and that also probably caused the damage. So shame to get those demerits, but hey, we at least completed all these trials in one shot, although a few were dubious and maybe shouldn't have given us the A+. We didn't have to restart any of them, so I will take that. And yeah, that's Geister Part 1. Let's check out the tasks here in the sleep room, see what Part 2 has in store. We'll be going for those during Part 2 of the event when I work on that. And maybe, I mean, oftentimes a lot of them can be done outside of the special therapy as well. Let's see, so we got the 40 headshots with bricks, still got some door traps and quite a few bottle headshots to go, but we get the legendary poster, Open Their Eyes. Cool that it has a specific name, but that's the main one for Geister here on the trial screen, of course. And then we have Part 2 unlocked. What do we have for this? You get the framed poster for completing 6 of these tasks, so complete 9 trials. We'll be doing that in Part 2, as well as scoring A+ in 3. Completing 2 trials of the special therapy at psychosurgery difficulty. We'll also do avoid psychosis for a whole trial is easy. Finish a trial of the special therapy in under 8 minutes. That's a cool one to have in there as like a speedrun challenge. I like that. Complete one without using any medical items and use an antidote within 5 seconds after losing sanity. Cool. So some pretty cool tasks in here. I'm a fan of the speedrun one, and you know, just generally I'm much more inclined to enjoy the tasks that are more interesting as opposed to the generic ones that we used to be stuck with on every single weekly. So I'm always glad to see these more varied ones. And yeah, that's Geister Part 1. I'll give my full thoughts on the event as a whole at the end of Part 2 as usual, but for now, we're going to wrap this one up. And again, I do hope to get out at the very least the movement tech video, if not also a new loadout video before Part 2, or like before I make my video on Part 2. I mean, I know Part 2 is just starting in a couple days, but before I make my Part 2 video, I will be hoping to make those as well. So look out for those videos. I'll probably be streaming as well. I think I'm going to upload this on Saturday. Today is Saturday. I think I'm going to upload this today, and I'll probably do a stream of some escalation stuff tomorrow on Sunday during the day. So if you're interested, be sure to tune into that. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.